Welcome to the Hang with Mike and Matt.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Matt. I actually had it. I had the opening, but I didn't have it potted up.
You know,
this close.
It's fine. That's the beauty of it.
They don't. It's overrated.
The
All that
day
stuff's
we get an
overrated.
intro 100% right is the day we need to pack it up because that's not the spirit of the program.
I figured we'd do this for about a year, have a big one anniversary blowout, and then you never do it again.
I was thinking the same thing.
Never do it.
And
never talk to each other again.
Oh, shit. I see you're really trying to cut ties.
I'm just joshing.
It's like one of those things when a child emancipates himself from the parents or whatever.
Emancipating myself from the hang.
Yeah, that's right. Just never to be seen or heard from again.
We'll be 80 years old doing this.
You think?
Hi, Matt.
Bro.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. Happy Juneteenth. Let me throw that out there.
Oh, I just don't think we need any new holidays. It's like we had enough. Unless you're going to give a national day off.
That's what this is.
Nobody gets Juneteenth.
I had today off.
Real people don't take, like, people who actually got
banks, post office workers, all the hits,
all the government and that kind of stuff take it off. But I don't think the average.
Yeah, I mean, Applebee's is still open.
Yeah, you don't get Juneteenth off at Applebee's.
No
way.
Which is fine because
hey, if you give Juneteenth and mandate everybody's off and everybody, I'm all for it. Otherwise, I don't care about. We don't need a Holocaust holiday. We don't need an Indian massacre holiday. We don't need
did I get you fired up on the Juneteenth? Okay.
It's like, okay, well, the Trail of Tears. Why don't we have a holiday for that?
I don't know.
What's worse? Is it how close is it what we did to the Indians and what we did to the slaves?
Well,
we killed a lot more Indians than we did slaves. I mean, I'm sure we killed a lot of slaves, but
they're both bad.
Both bad.
So maybe we just have to have another day, eventually, and they'll acknowledge it in the other way.
Yeah, I think you're right. And the Chinese slaves built the railroads, so we naturally have to have a holiday.
All right,
for
that's
that,
3 days, baby.
Let's three. Let's see if we can keep it coming. I think a Hiroshima Remembrance Day, the fact that we killed like 1 million people there. I think we need to honor that as well.
Yeah, we just blow past that one, huh?
Really not a lot of time teaching that.
Sorry we did that. Just mosey on.
They don't even teach it. They don't even teach that shit.
I did get 2 takeaways from the Juneteenth so far. One is people are incredibly racist still. Okay? Because the Juneteenth jokes and things of people who were anonymous and post stuff, I was like, oh my God, wow. All this day did was just bring all the little racists out to make African-American jokes, right? That's literally all I've seen. And then secondarily, I don't know if we as a society know how to quite celebrate Juneteenth yet. It hasn't been around long enough as a holiday to where we figured out okay, here's what we do for Juneteenth. Okay, the 4th of July, Memorial. There's other ones that you go, all right, here's the protocol. Juneteenth, it's just us, it's a Wednesday, and so we're celebrating the end of slavery. How's this working? Usually you go to Walmart or Target or somewhere like that, and they'll have decorations. I didn't see anything for Juneteenth because I don't even think they know how to market it yet. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're right. Because especially being a holiday like the 4th of July, even though you know how to celebrate it, when the 4th of July falls on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday, it's a real bummer because you got to go to work the next.
Yep.
You can't have a 4th of July blowout. You don't have your blowouts on
Sunday. So you work tomorrow, all right.
Then you got to go to work all hungover and everything.
Yeah, this is just a weird one. But I don't know. But the racists have
because nobody. You can't make tradition.
That's what they're trying to do with this one, I think.
Fuck about the 4th of July. What
Yeah.
are we celebrating? Independence or something? I don't.
It's
give
about
a
fireworks and
fuck.
barbecue, baby.
That's all it's about. A day off and having some fun.
Yep.
You can't make people go, here's a new holiday that you have to care about that you didn't even know about. It's that's why you want me to tell you the nobody else understands these things but me. I'm the only one that gets this
You're
shit.
the only one.
This is because nobody will say this shit. This is all on purpose. They created Juneteenth and promoted it in the media and in the government as a way to make the racists who were getting over racism, mixed marriage. No, what have you seen race wise other than the last 5 years that we were getting over it? Nobody cared about. There wasn't the overt racism. Nobody cared because as you mingle in society and everybody becomes mixed, people just don't care anymore.
Right, they're over it. And then
it's 200 years or 160
But you're
years.
right. And then they bring forth this holiday, which, okay, the spirit of it, I completely get, agree with, understand. But all it's doing is like causing a divide because, again, now you've got these racists
all
who
it is.
are bubbling up and they're going, oh, now I can strike anonymously on these social media platforms and post stuff. And like, I mean, I was seeing horrible things like stuff of like, oh, this Juneteenth, be sure that you celebrate these top 10 traditions. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even want to repeat them.
Racist traditions.
Oh, it was bad. I was like, oof. And, I mean, now I did get me thinking if Spanky's had a Juneteenth celebration.
God. Oh my God.
Just a bit idea for you. It's Juneteenth.
Oh my God.
At Spanky's.
Spanky's. I mean,
Is that a good bit idea or what? I mean, come on.
That's a career killer, is what that is. That's. See, now that's one like a
Juneteenth celebration. Give me the Spanky's voice one time.
You know what tomorrow is? It's June. What is it? June. What is it? Oh, it's 19th. June 19th.
No, just Juneteenth.
No, but it's June.
Oh,
and you
yes,
know what that means? It's Juneteenth. Then you.
That means a party at Spanky's.
Oh, Manuel. I think Manuel might be a different race on this one.
Do you have any of the Spanky's? Because we can play that in a break.
I was just thinking about that today because I don't think I have those. And that was.
Are you sure? You sure?
I've made progress. Earlier this week, I was driving with Donna, and I said, "We need to get that cord. We need to get that cord for that thing that Matt gave me." And she's like, "What thing?" And she's like, "Oh, I forgot about it." And I was like, "Oh, well, now we need to getting that cord because I want to get
that cord."
Some of those old 98 rock bits,
Oh, man. It's great stuff.
Some of them are great, and some of them are just like cringe, but it's funny to listen to your old,
I mean, Spanky's, I don't even know, like,
that wasn't that old. That continued for a long time.
But of all the people listening, like, I don't know how many are familiar with Spanky's or not, but Spanky's was...
that was
it was an early bit.
It's a pre-serious.
Yeah, way pre-serious. But it was great bits. And, yeah, so when I thought of Juneteenth, I thought of Spanky's today, so... but yeah.
Spank. I was just thinking
next to the Buddy Freddy's.
Donna was to say something about Plant City the other day, and I was like, Plant City, Florida. 1/2 mile east of Buddy Freddy's. Plant City. And then one guy calls him, and he's like, I went 1/2 mile east of Buddy Freddy's in Plant City, and I was in the middle of a cow pasture.
Hey, you went too far.
That's Spanky's. I actually, I don't like to, I don't like to steal things. I like generally like my own ideas. Mm-hmm. But if somebody gives me a great idea, I have to do it. I like that. But the Spanky's, I think we used to get those bad comedy networks. Remember on the CD?
Yeah.
CD comedy bits on us way back in the day. And one of them was Cheesy's. They did a kind of a bar ad, and it was kind of like for that kind of comedy, it was just a little bit edgy. And
very very Bob and Tomish kind of stuff.
Yeah. But it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I think we need to have one for the Bubba Show.
Crank it up.
And then make it even, make it extreme. That's why I could never get. I was always sending my stuff off to comedy services. I was like, well, that's what I do for a living. Maybe I can, get some extra money. And they're always coming back. Your comedy is not for us.
Yeah, it's a little.
One time I was auditioned this one comedy service, like, send me another tape, because we like your stuff. And I was like, oh, sweet. And I sent him this one bit, which was Tears in Heaven. And it was Eric Clapton doing a PSA with that playing in the background about how, he pushed his son. And I don't know.
I remember that.
Why
I think
would
you
do
had
that?
you had
Why would do
sound
that?
effects in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why would I do something so stupid? You just get that mentality back in the day. You're like, yeah, here's some bits for you. Yeah. Knock your socks off.
It worked. It worked in the proper setting. There was only one setting.
There was only one setting. We're trend setting.
Spankies.
We were pushing the envelope. We didn't know how to stop.
Oh my!
Didn't know how to stop,
dude. I got a got a neck injury. I don't know. I saw you messing with your knee earlier or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, torn meniscus. Big deal.
I woke up this morning 5:30 and I adjusted myself in the bed. Just adjusted myself. And I tweaked my neck. Mm-hmm. This is the worst pain I felt since I had rib,
neck
bruised
pain
ribs.
Sucks. It sucks.
Oh, I've been just eating aspirin all day and laying around watching Pursuit of Happiness on TNT. And
can you not move it left or right, or
no?
is it just...
It is so painful right now, and it's like shooting down all the way to like the middle of my back. It's like one of those things, and I'm going. It would be better if it was a cool story, but it's not a cool story. It's like I hurt myself laying in bed.
Yeah,
just trying to move.
It happens. It sucks
so
too.
bad. And
when you do it, and you're just kind of like, you're thinking, half of you's thinking, I don't hope that wasn't too bad, and the other half is going, I just screwed myself.
Yep.
And I just stretched, but something clicked in my neck, which normally doesn't click, and all day long I can't look left. And you're like,
so this has happened to you too?
Oh, it sucks. I had it for quite a while. One time, and I couldn't look back on my bike, and it's like, man,
yes,
you don't realize. Just every day, appreciate that your neck doesn't hurt. Because it blows.
Yeah, today, just turning left and right. And I have had bone spurs in my neck for a while and all that, but this is something even worse than that. But yeah, just driving. All right, let me check my mirrors, and you do that kind of once over with your neck.
Yeah.
Not today, my friend. I was relying solely on the mirrors and cameras.
Yeah.
But
and that's one of the things where tomorrow you could wake up and it would be a lot better.
I hope so.
Almost gone, or it's still here.
I had today off. I was like, I'm gonna go for a bike ride. I'm gonna do the elliptical. I had so many activities planned, and then
your day off too.
That's it. Yeah.
It does. You can't really enjoy yourself.
No,
if I had a fused spine or whatever, or neck, and I couldn't turn I think I'd just put me down. I don't want to live like this. I used to be able to rotate my neck.
Well, and I'm not a big pain pill guy, right? I'm just not a fan of the way it makes me feel. I don't like it. But today I'm going, dude, I might need to look and see if I've got pain pills, from the past or whatever. I looked in there and I have some pain pills, but it's got an expiration date. I've got a lot of them because I only took them one time, didn't like it. It was like, whatever. But they expire in 2019, right? So they're well expired, but I don't know if that's a rib either, right? Like, do they really expire, or can I still take a pain pill? And
the Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah,
how old were those Quaaludes?
The Quaaludes, the Ludes.
10 years old, and
and they thought they had expired and were duds,
but it gave them triple the effect or something.
See, I don't want triple the effect.
No, I don't think. I think that was a rib.
I wonder if they'll be okay. Like, I don't want to take one and then not wake up ever again. And the reason is because I took one that had been expired.
I would never think twice about taking an old pain pill. I wouldn't. I just take it.
Even from 2019.
Now you're kind of making me. I think I'd take. I don't think
that's what I'm saying. We're this is not like it's from last year.
Did you Google?
Not yet.
All right. No. Hey, this is a great opportunity to get some great advice from the chat.
Do I eat the old pain pills?
Big Kahuna says take 2 if they're old.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Fine to take. Sometimes they'll just lose a little bit of their effectiveness.
Oh, so that's a good thing because I don't want them to be too effective. Yeah. I just want to feel a little better. But I don't want to go, yeah.
It says, eLab says ignore the expiration. Still works.
I've always ignored the expiration on like aspirin and stuff because I figure that's a joke. Like there's some, but with it when it comes to like some sort of like serious pain pill medication, that could go wrong very quickly, and then it's all over.
And
so that's what scares me.
And then, boy, your family has to deal with the fact that you overdosed.
Exactly.
And
I would be a classic overdose.
And you would be going, he never takes them. It was the first time in years. And they would just go, he was a drug addict, wasn't he? He was a pillhead, an opioid freak.
Former radio DJ Matt Lloyd found dead in his home today.
Dead naked.
Overdosed.
Died in shame.
It's like I just had a neck injury. Like that is the weird thing with
then
it.
the story will go around. Did you hear what happened? Boy, Matt, what happened? Yeah, I mean, he took a bad turn. It was a steady downhill slide. And they found him in his bedroom, overdosed on opioids.
And then it'll get ramped up even more, where it's like, and then I was asphyxiating myself, or something that would be, they would pile on some other stuff to it, I'm sure.
Oh, I mean, if you asphyxiated yourself, I would have to do a song about that.
Oh, for sure. And I'll tell you what, if I do overdose,
Give me permission?
If I'll take a pain pill, I'm gonna wear I'll cross-dress myself just to give you some more additional material, so you can fire off on me.
I mean, if you're a real prankster and you're contemplating suicide, wouldn't it be great? Like dress up as like a clown or something. Just so,
a real surprise to
your
the family and the
family,
loved ones.
Nobody can figure it out. They're like, a clown? What kind of secret life did he have? Let's pour through his notes
And
his
there's just
phone.
nothing about
ever
clowns?
about a clown. And you're dead on the floor of your bedroom, dressed as a clown with a 38 in your hand. That's a great funeral story. Well, how did he die? Do you tell that story?
I don't know. I don't
think you do. I mean, you might.
I don't think at funerals they do that.
I don't think so.
I've even looked at obituaries in the past, like the ones that used to be in like the newspaper, and you go, such and such died today at the age of blah blah blah. And the gruesome part of me wants to know how how it happened, right? But they usually skip past it, and it's just like he's survived by his wife and kids, all this stuff.
We don't care.
Where's the
juicy part?
Yeah, give me the poop. Yeah. Oh well.
Oh yeah. Obituaries. A real prankster. So I think people come up to your funeral and say, "Oh, we're so sorry for your loss, but why was he dressed as a clown?" Would people do that? Or the people nowadays, I think people don't have any couth. They'd be filming it. What's up with the clown gimmick? Let me get the lowdown from my Insta.
I would be disappointed if somebody didn't wonder why. Like if anybody in my life found it normal for me to dress as a clown and didn't question it, that would be the bigger problem. It's like, oh yeah, that's just apparently that's what he was into. It's like, no, I want you to question that if that's the case. Did you ever see the Gigi Allen funeral?
I know who he is. No, I've heard stories of it.
Yeah, it's a documentary. It's called Hated. It's great. It's probably on YouTube now, but I saw it back in the day. But his funeral, oh my God, they
violate the corpse.
Yes,
whole time.
It was awful what they did to this guy. But he didn't.
But that was.
I don't think he was going to care.
That was his gimmick, wasn't it?
Totally his gimmick.
Like that's what he wanted.
And he had a micro penis on top of it.
Oh, wow.
And he used to go on stage and he would defecate on stage, but he would always perform naked. And he would throw poop at the audience, right?
Yeah.
And then he'd fight them. Like this documentary is great. I'm sorry, I'm getting in a different topic here, but his funeral, yeah, they like poured Jack Daniels on him and forced him to like force Jack down his throat. Like there's all kinds of stuff. The funeral is legendary.
Well, I mean, he kind of asked for it. So he'd throw poop at you.
He would poop on the stage.
He's naked.
Yep.
He's throwing poop.
Yep.
What else is there? Was there another violent act going on?
Oh, he would
the penis deal. Was he'd expose his? Oh, he's naked. So
he would
you could see his micro penis.
Then he'd fight his crowd, right?
Fight his crowd.
Then girls would come up and they would urinate on him, or he would urinate on the crowd. Like it was.
Yeah. Who would go? What kind of person goes to that? To that, I think that
punk rock, man.
No, they're talking that. See, it's almost I'm not in favor of old tactics. That whole theater needs to be rounded up taken somewhere.
Well, he was on his tour, right? In the documentary, they're like, he was, on tour, but all his stuff was literally in a brown paper bag. That was it. He didn't have anything. He didn't want anything. And he would tour from city to city just in a Greyhound bus. Like, it wasn't like there was
a fucking weirdo.
A tour bus.
Yeah, fucking weirdo.
And people...
The Great Greyhound bus was paradise to him. Oh. He lives in his own filth.
I highly suggest you watch that documentary.
With his micro penis.
Yeah. I mean, it was tiny.
See, so he got his gratification by humiliating himself. So the micro penis, allegedly Hitler had a micro penis. It makes people do strange things to compensate. Because as a man,
clearly,
hey, you got a 4.5 incher. Nobody's going to really care. You're not going to show it off, but it's not going to affect your life that much. You wish it was bigger. But if you got a 1.5 incher, every part of you is a man. Because no matter, you could marry the most wonderful woman in the world who said it doesn't matter that you only have a 1-inch penis and can never satisfy me with it or put it even inside me. She's still going, yeah, he's not really.
Now you could just identify as something else. I mean, think about
Hitler. See, back in the day, Hitler would have just been trans.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I identify myself as,
Okay, Adolf, what shall we call you? And everything would have
she, her, and them.
And everybody would have said, okay, and he would have become a secretary. See? Yeah. See?
I think, though, there isn't a good case in point there with the penis. Like, it really isn't that big of even if you had a micro penis, right? I mean, like in the case of Hitler, as you said, if he had a micro penis and he had to compensate for that, he really overcompensated.
Really did.
You got to find a nice middle ground somewhere along the line.
The only way you can feel
he went too far.
Feel like a real man if you have micro penis is to take over the world.
And it still doesn't make it still doesn't make your penis bigger.
He did. He's like, I'm almost there, but I still got a 1-inch penis. Almost rule the world.
I mean, to have
1-inch penis.
To have a 1-inch penis would not be ideal. Like that can't be fun to roll through life with.
Can't be. No, it's.
But is it it's
bad.
Does it mean you can't have any fun like in other facets of your life forever? Like you just have to be no pun intended, a dick on everything else?
I'm saying that growing up with a micro penis and going through teenage years with a micro penis and then being a young adult, you might have some psychological ramifications for that, even no matter how normal you were.
Even way back in the day? I mean,
boy, especially if somebody ever found out about it and you were known as Little Dick Johnny in the elementary school, and you'd commit to, end it all.
Now you could just say, it's a deep fake. It's a deep fake. It's not really me.
Then you make your own deep fake. See?
Yeah. It's
ridiculous.
Gigantic.
Gigantic.
I'll show you with my own deep fakes.
That's why I'm kind of surprised. I've seen a couple of stories about people being arrested for the deep fakes, the AI stuff, that they did something to somebody and it appeared that they were doing something else. How is that not going on like everywhere? People getting revenge. Now you can just get somebody's voice and make them say whatever you want them to say.
It's going to get there. That's why I think
how
now
is it not there yet?
Well, it's funny you say that. I was watching the news earlier in between my pain reliever pills and pursuit of happiness, and I was the news story was saying it was a sophomore, female. She was a sophomore, and she had somebody in her school deep fake her, right? So they took her face, put it on a body.
Yeah, I saw stories.
And she's going, not me, but nobody else knows that, right? So, and now they're introducing a law and they're saying, hey, look, social media platforms are going to have 48 hours to, scrub it if it's a valid complaint.
When it becomes rampant.
That's the thing. I think they're going to try to get ahead of it, but dude, that horse has left the barn. I mean, it's going to be everywhere. And like you said, you've got the AI software with voice, and then you've got the deep fake AI software. So now you've got not only just the body or the voice, you can match them up together And now you're fully producing something that's not somebody. And it's going to get weird.
Scarlett Johansson had to sue because they had a voice that sounded just like her.
Which, if you look at that case, she has a great case for what they did. They reached out to her like, hey, we'd love to have you as the voice of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
She's like, nah. And then literally, like days later, this voice comes out, and it sounds exactly like her. And they're going, who is this voice? And they're going, oh, it's a paid actor. Now, usually in those cases, that paid actor, that voice actor would want to get some sort of credit, right? They want to be like, yeah, I'm the voice that...
Yeah.
I'm the
feather,
one that sounds
that's quite
just
a
like...
feather in your cap.
Exactly. And they sort of, I don't know if they've announced it yet or not, but as of a couple weeks ago, they just blew by like, oh, yeah, it's just a paid voice actor. Meanwhile, was it? Or did you actually take Scarlett Johansson's voice and do all this stuff to it?
Didn't she win?
I don't know if that's
or
settled
else
out
they
yet.
changed it. I think something happened.
Maybe. I don't know the update.
I think they stopped it. I'm pretty sure they stopped using it.
Well,
I'll have to look it up. But I think she had such a good case. It's like that they were like, yeah, we effed up.
She's one of those voices too that's very unique. It would be like having Macho Man. Like clearly
obvious.
Obvious, yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, I came across a bunch of Macho Man autographs. I'm like, that's random stuff.
Just, autograph, just stuff.
Back
autograph.
in the day, he had signed a bunch of these Slim Jim 8x10s.
I wonder if those are worth money.
I actually looked it up on eBay. They're going for like a couple $100. And I was like, wow, that's cool. But I don't know if I'm willing to part with my Macho Mans. Yeah, there's like this stack of Slim Jim autograph.
I mean, for
things.
$200, I'd keep it as a conversation piece.
I would totally sell them. I just don't have the time.
I don't do. I'm
the energy.
I'm not into that internet selling stuff. I would definitely, if I had a picture of Macho Man, some kind of, I would put it on the wall. I don't put hardly anything on the wall.
I don't even have it framed. Yeah,
I have Joe Rogan, Richard Marx, Cheech and Chong on the wall. I think that's it.
That's it.
Where's the
wall?
only 3 people out in the addition.
Okay, gotcha.
Where we have the potties.
The potties. Yes. Oh.
I mean, I'm done, getting done with the parties. So that's big to do.
You tapping out on them? No more parties?
No, we still do it. But we bring it down to a core group of people.
Was it getting too big and out of control?
One year we had 60 people here, and it was a great party, but it was like, it was exhausting. It was like just too much going on or too many people. And so, get that many people, there's something bad's going to happen. We're not looking for that.
Well, parties are weird too, because especially when you try to mix groups, and as the person who's trying to arrange these people coming over, you have to be like aware of going, okay, I can't mix this group of people with this group of people because they're really crass and they're really proper. And you almost have to like throw 2 separate parties to go, okay, here's one for the clean group and here's one for, the dirty group. But that becomes a big pain in the ass too.
Yeah, we just it's just going to be the dirty group. If you don't, if you come, if you're offended, then you won't come again.
Yep, and you can leave.
It's jokes. It's Halloween costumes. That's not even. It's such a. I mean, I've been to parties where there have been, like semi-racist costumes, but it's like, well, it's kind of Halloween, man. You just get a free pass. Maybe you're being ironically racist. It doesn't matter. It's Halloween.
Yeah, not everybody sees it that way, which is always weird to talk to somebody who doesn't see it that way.
I don't think I could ever hang out with somebody who had a worldview like that, who gave a shit about stuff like that. Like, I just don't care, man.
I could understand it if
it's not a big deal. Nothing is a big deal. Do you have stomach cancer? No, then nothing's a big deal. Shut the fuck up.
I could maybe understand if it triggered something really personal for them in that moment, and they're going, oh, okay, that I can't look at that. But only because it was a situation that was super personal, not because of, they dressed up as some Halloween costume that was clearly a joke.
Yeah, but we didn't really have a lot of that. I think there might have been one guy, and he came one time, and we were like, okay, that's a little suspect. But I went as Mike Tyson one time, and I did the shoe polish on my hands and my face. I didn't think twice about it. There's nothing racist about it. I used to want to talk about this for 4 hours. I wanted to make jokes about Mike Tyson at my Halloween party. There's nothing racist about it. And if you don't have dark skin,
Yeah, how can you be Mike Tyson?
You're not Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I got the gloves and the robe, but a white face.
It wouldn't make
It's
sense.
stupid. There's nothing racial about that at all. It's
So you
called theatrical makeup.
So you pulled it all together with some shoe polish.
There was shoe polish all over the house the next day. Every doorknob, the walls, everywhere I touched, I had drunk, just like the O.J. Simpson murder scene. Woo! Say what's up? Happy Halloween.
Oh, man. For the Halloween party this year, can we do your entryway and recreate the door everybody walks up to? Can we just recreate that as the OJ murder scene? That would be a cool looking entryway.
Yeah, it's like a lot of work, man.
It does seem like you just spray some fake blood around. Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, and we were trying to, I'm working diligently to tone down the decorations.
Ah.
Got to kind of rein her in because she wants it to be the ultimate Halloween party. And it's like, well, now we shrunk it down to, 20 people. We shrunk it down a little. It's just close. They know, they've seen the Frankenstein guy that lights up when you walk by him. They've seen it. We don't have to get him out of the closet. It's
All right.
It's the 20th year of the party. We could tone some of the lights. The lights are great. Keep the lights. Just a few little things.
So
we all get it.
You're toning it down.
Well, the costumes, keep the costumes. Costumes are the main. When people always have a good time when they're in costume.
Agreed.
It's just like Gasparilla, man. People go nuts. They get in a costume and they just all of a sudden they're a different person. They're gonna have a great time.
Now, selfishly, am I going to get an invite to this now that you're scaling it down? Am I getting an invite
I just spent 10 minutes telling you I'm scaling the party fucking
so
down.
I'm on the
buddy.
outs, right? Yeah.
Of course you're gonna get. You're always welcome at the party. I think you came twice. Maybe
Yeah, and then I came
two
to
or
the one
three times.
this past year.
Did you? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I do remember. You were in what were you wearing?
I was an astronaut. So stupid. Just trying to find something simple.
We were early on into the hang, and I think we sat around and talked about the hang all night.
That's exactly what we did. Yeah, we're just like, man, we're so good. We're the best. Look at how cool we are. We're awesome.
I mean,
Speaking of the best, BOTBTampaBay.com.
That's right. Somebody did nominate us.
For the
somebody
best
did.
podcast in
I mean,
the
I don't
Bay?
know if we make. We just got nominated. I don't know what I'm sure they take ours and throw it in the receptacle.
Well, Mike,
but we did get nominated.
Wow.
We've got at least one vote.
Wow.
One vote, buddy.
Thank you. That's very, very nice of that person. Yeah, I don't know how many nominations we have. It'd be cool, though.
Man, it'd be cool. If it's not, and I'd like really not gonna.
I'm not hanging my hat on it.
I usually forget about it. It's not gonna concern me. It's just kind of a rib. It's kind of a rib. Be great if it happened.
Would be great. What's going on with chat? Did we miss something?
I don't know. Didn't Matt he said, believe it or not, Blind Lawrence, the fucking Rain Man.
What did he do?
Fucking Rain Man.
What?
Blind Lawrence. Didn't Matt once dress up as Richard McTeer for Halloween with a shirt that said, "It's a dirty game"?
Blind Lawrence, sometimes you just got to let some stuff go. Yes, I did. And I came over here to your Halloween party. And then I had to stop at the 7-Eleven, and I was like, I'm not going in. I sent my significant other in there, and she was dressed as the dead trainer that got eaten by the killer whale at SeaWorld. So
that's good stuff.
It was great. But we're both rolling around the car, and we're like going, we can't. We got to bring a change of clothes next time we do this because
not only were you wearing blackface, you had allegedly, a little baby doll wearing blackface.
I didn't. This is not true. Blind Lawrence, forget that.
It was theatrical makeup.
Theatrical
makeup. He's playing the part of Richard McTeer.
And here tonight, playing the part of Richard McTeer.
All you have to do is take Tropic Thunder, make
Great
people
movie.
watch it, and say, okay, you see that whole deal? It's pretty funny with the blackface and the guy pretended to be black. Pretty funny, right? It ain't a big deal.
I
That's
know.
case closed. He did blackface.
Robert Downey Jr. for God's
He
sake.
did a whole movie in blackface, pretending to be being a white man, pretending to be a black man. Everybody knew he was white, and his role was black. It was a brilliant concept, and he did a great job. And it's funny because it's all about the context. 100% proof. That movie proves it. Nobody's ever brings that movie up because they know you can't. Everybody loved the movie. It was funny.
And
It wasn't racist at all.
And if there's somebody that does watch Tropic Thunder and they don't find that funny at all on any level, I don't want to know them. Like there's certain like lines that you have to draw and go, all right, if you don't find this funny or have any sort of like, then I don't
like you.
We don't really have much in common at that point. So what are we doing?
It should be an Academy Award-winning comedic performance, Robert Downey Jr. It was so funny.
So good.
And can you imagine how many outtakes are there in a movie where you're acting with Robert Downey Jr. and he's pretending to be a black man and talk like a black man? How do you not crack up like every time? Because you did a really good job.
Well, who got offended by that? Was it now? I mean,
back in the day or now?
I mean, like.
Was it back? I don't remember.
Throughout the course of time, I never heard anybody get offended by it. It was just like, whoa, you can't do that again. But they only said, whoa, you can't do that again like 10 years after the movie came out. But I never heard like an African-American come out and be like, man, Robert Downey Jr., you did us wrong on that one. How dare you do that? I never heard that. I don't even know who's mad about the Tropic Thunder thing to begin with. It's just, it feels like one of those things that society all of a sudden goes, hey, you can't do that anymore.
But I don't think you really hear about it. I don't think there's ever been people bringing it up because they don't bring up things that's going to ruin their argument.
Yeah.
They bring up the Tropic Thunder. There's not going to be one person. Well, I'm sure there would be people, but the vast majority of people are going to go, I saw that movie. It wasn't racist. I thought it was funny, and it's going to be detrimental to their argument because. I don't think you bring. See, that's why South Park. Do you hear them bringing up South Park? No, because Trey Parker and Matt Stone would eat their lunch.
Yeah, they're off limits.
They don't. Do you want to mess with Trey Parker and Matt Stone?
Nope.
As I say, you're Nancy Pelosi. All of a sudden,
they will turn that around on you real quick.
Yeah, there's a whole Nancy Pelosi episode, and people are mocking you.
And as simple as those cartoons are, they, for some strange reason, always have the exact look of the person.
They capture the essence.
It's so crazy. You know who Tropic Thunder, the best actor in that movie was, who I didn't even realize it was him at first? Tom Cruise.
That's a great.
Tom Cruise partied in that role. It was amazing, and I feel like he didn't even get his due in that one.
I like the fact that he's willing to do it.
Exactly.
Because it's like so out of character. Mr. Action Hero, perfect image with the white teeth, doing his own stunts.
Scientologist, the whole thing.
He's doing this bizarre, crazed agent guy with all kind of makeup on and everything that changes his looks. He was pretty good. He was pretty good in it, I think.
It was great.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, he's a nut job though.
You think?
He makes sense sometimes when you hear him talk. It's like you listen to him and you're like, well, kind of making sense.
Bro, I don't even know if, I'd like to think that Scientology's nuttier.
Maybe they're demonized. Yeah, Scientology is. But if
it's nutty, but like, I don't even know anymore. Is it nuttier than anything else? Like, what? Maybe on some level it is. But then I look at some other stuff going on, some other religions, and I look at a story today about a megachurch pastor who has resigned because he, has sexually abused a 13-year-old 20 years ago, and he's still running this megachurch. All these things, and I'm going, all right, Scientology. Yeah, there's certainly no clean bill of health there, right?
Yeah.
But as far as like the fundamentals go, is it any? What are we talking? We're talking that you get more focus and become more in tune with yourself and with your mind and your body and your spirit. Isn't that kind of what the other ones are doing? They're just older.
Well, I think you're exactly right. But they can't do anything about it because then you'd say, well, what? You're saying they're lying to people and taking their money? Well, what about all these churches that are lying to people and taking their money?
I mean, I'm getting hit with Scientology ads like crazy.
So it's so weird because I kind of feel this way, and the way I feel, and it's wrong. It's like, okay, L. Ron Hubbard and spaceships and Xenu. It's total bullshit.
Of which they've gotten away from as a religion. They kind of like don't acknowledge that part anymore.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Sorry.
That's total bullshit. Anybody that believes that, I wouldn't even hang out with them because they're weird. But I don't say that about Christians. And the shit they believe is equally as bizarre. See, it's just like, since everybody knows that L. Ron Hubbard wrote this book in 1950, everybody knows it's bullshit.
It hasn't had enough time to pass itself down over hundreds and hundreds of years.
And hundreds of years before people will believe your bullshit.
Right.
Maybe in 100 years, people will really be Scientologists and believe all that Xenu bullshit. Because the spaceship and everything, because they don't know whether it happened or not. Right now, we know it didn't happen. It's in 1950.
The Thetans. The Thetans.
We're in the wrong business, man. We should do one day. When do we need to prep? And we'll do like a 1 hour religious broadcast, and we'll crush it, and we will be the new best show in Christian podcasting, my friend.
All right. So I know you're not a Christian guy, right?
I know a lot about it, though.
You do know a lot about it. But let's say you had to believe in something. Let's say you had to choose one of those religions.
Yeah.
Which one would it be? Which one are you going with? That's going to be the most viable option for you to say, okay, I'm believing in Christianity now, and this is the direction I'm going. Or even Muslim.
Like Buddhism kind of
deal?
Anything. I think I'd
anything.
go the Buddhism deal because that's like kind of it's not really.
Just hey, man.
Be cool.
Now, what happens to them when they die?
I don't even know if that's a karma deal or I'm not sure.
It's not a purgatory deal?
I don't know. Buddha. Anybody know?
Is Jewish purgatory?
I think Catholics have purgatory. That's the
kind of. I'm Catholic. I get to hang out. I'm a purgatory
and
deal.
I don't even know what it's like in between. They're like, yeah, we don't know what to do with you because one of the books says you're cool, one says you're not, so you're going to be here for a while till we sort it out.
And then there's
I don't know where you go after. You just stay in purgatory. Well, that's kind of shitty.
And there's one if you have to be buried a certain way. That's Catholic too. You got to be buried. So when Jesus comes from the east, you got to be facing the east. Like you can't be facing the other way, otherwise he's skipping you.
He's gonna miss you.
That's it.
He's a busy man.
The rapture's coming.
A busy man can't be
you're
looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, either you're east or you're not east. I'm not dealing with this northwest south crap.
Are you sure that that's like a common? Or is that like an extreme sect of Catholicism?
I'm pretty sure it's in a more extreme sect of it.
Yeah, I would think so.
But if you're gonna be that way and you're gonna live by these rules, you got to go all in, right? You can't just dip your toes.
Well, a lot of people are toe dippers. A lot of people are toe dippers.
I hear you.
I gotta hedge my bets. I know he's the omnipotent, but he doesn't know that I really don't believe in him, and I'm just hedging my bets. The most bizarre thing I've ever heard. Hedging my bets against the he knows it. He already knows what's going to happen. He already knows what's going to how you're dying. He knows everything. He's omnipotent. It's in the Bible. Predestination, Revelations. It's all. He's checked out. He's not even looking anymore. He knows what's going to happen.
What's the What's the very final words of the Bible? Do you know actually how it ends? Is it?
No, I think it's Revelations.
Because everybody starts reading the Bible, and maybe they flip through. But I personally don't know if I've ever actually looked at like the last page. I'm like, what's the last paragraph about?
I've not. It's probably. At the very last paragraph, they say it's all fake. You sucker, this is a bunch of bullshit, because they know no one will ever get to the last page of the Bible. All these people said, I've read the Bible 3 times. They're full of shit. You ever tried reading the Bible? Like actually reading it.
I've tried. Clearly, I haven't gotten to the end.
You can't get through a page. It's a bunch of, it's written by men thousands of years ago, and the way they talk is ununderstandable. They talked a different way.
Okay, so the final words in Scripture are certainly worth lingering over, it says.
Oh.
The grace of the Lord Jesus be with all.
Oh.
Amen. So it ends with an amen.
It's a high spot. See? They leave you feeling good.
Wow.
All right. Now just believe.
Yeah.
So you don't burn in a burning lake of feces for eternity and searing pain.
That was a lake of fire. They're throwing feces in there too?
Feces in there too.
Can't just be fire.
You're getting sodomized. There's much wailing and gnashing of teeth. I don't know exactly what that means, but that doesn't sound good. Gnashing of the
What does that mean?
It means you're getting sodomized by Satan. You're grinding them teeth. A lot of wailing and gnashing of teeth and searing pain for eternity. For the sin of not believing, for eternity, infinity, you will be in searing pain. What kind of God does that?
So wait a second.
Like a sociopath, my friend.
They use sodomy against.
No, I would say no. I'm just assuming the worst.
Oh, you're assuming.
I know
sodomy.
there's burning lakes. You'll be burning, and there's going to be much wailing and gnashing of teeth. And I just assume the devil's sodomizing like everybody, right? I mean, that's kind of your deal, right? Yeah.
that devil's putting in some work, man.
Don't you think? Well, I mean, if you're the devil.
Again.
If you're you aren't you bored? You've been doing this for thousands of years. What are you gonna do now?
Another day at the office.
A cripple today. Maybe that'll get me something new. You're bored off your ass. If you're the devil, you've been torturing people for thousands of years.
And those same people get tortured every day.
Yeah, but you get new people though. We got some new guys to torture.
But the old ones still stick around and get tortured too.
Yeah, I wonder if you get jaded to that. Like you're in the burning lake of fire after like 25,000 years. You're like, okay, I quit screaming 1,000 years ago. And I'm just like, it's the same feeling. I don't know. I don't even understand it. It's incomprehensible.
Man, you're gonna give me bad dreams tonight.
Hi. Oh,
hi.
Speaking of bad dreams, if you go to clusterfshow.com, you'll be getting this week's version of the Hang OT, and also I just recently did a new 1,000% Lies. I got through 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
And this is another new one?
No, it's the same one.
Okay.
I looked back. We didn't get through anything. I think I showed you the picture of the YouTube video, and then we talked about that for like a half an hour.
You're right. Yeah, it did consume some time.
What was his last? Okay, see, I ended the last one. I had to end it. I just had to end it. It was such a high spot. So it's kind of the same old lies, just the same old lies, and how much he paid me, and how ungrateful I am, and the girls, and it's the same old lies. And then he's like, and now we've been through some different iterations of the show as he talks to Blitz, Lummy, Anna. Those are the three people in the studio. But what I think we got something going here. He's like, for one, I think, and I think Anna goes, yeah, because we all like each other. And I'm like, all right, show's over. He's talking, he's saying how good the show is and how much chemistry and how much they like each other with the two people he's almost immediately ready to fire. He will fire them.
And the one guy allegedly stole $280,000 from him. I like you guys. You're great.
It's just I finally hit the jackpot.
Nothing wrong with this situation.
I was like, I can't go on.
Oh,
the
my
irony
God.
of that is it was not long. After that, now he's got. Now it's the new line. There's always a new lineup.
Can we do more?
Are we? We can do that tonight. Yeah, on the VIP, we'll do on the OT.
Okay, I have
a half hour of that.
I have another thing for the OT also. I'll tell you in the break.
Real quick, Jamie the plumber, 1,200 bits.
Hey!
Thank you very much, Jamie the plumber. Woo! Jamie the plumber heard me talking about merch and was saying, "You're dropping the ball, buddy. You're not doing your merch."
That's true.
I mean,
but what are we gonna do? I mean,
No, I mean, you're talking about cluster F merch.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the hang. There should be,
the whole universe.
The whole universe should have a T-shirt. I mean, the one thing the guy that I worked for could do was market shit, and I learned nothing. It's like I'm not. I've got. I
You know
mean,
why? It's because I think this is part of it. It's because you're
repulsed by it now.
Yeah, you're merged out, dude. Like
merged out.
there's something, you can look when you have to witness the fleecing of listeners daily for hours at a time, right?
Yeah. Thank you. This is like therapy for me. Thank you. Now I'm understanding a little more.
And then you
I get it.
Get to do your own thing, and it's like, okay, you can be listener supported without being so overt about it and so like, I don't know, buy this, like there should be an art to it, and instead there's not an art to it. It's just like QVC all of a sudden. It's like,
yeah.
and there's I think that's weird.
And I think there's a happy medium.
It's disingenuous.
And I think if, I came on and said, we have Cluster Huff hats, and you can get your Ned Allan Poe t-shirts, and you get your hang shirts, and you get all people. I think they would just like them and buy them, and then I would, kind of tone it down for a while until I came up with something I thought people would like. I'm not trying to shove people. I'm just trying to make a living.
What was the worst merch we had?
Oh, come on. There's got to be some bad merch.
I mean,
there's like a top 10, but I can't remember, but I guarantee.
Well, I guess it depends on your version of bad. I mean, there was some bad t-shirts, bad CD projects. There was, mud flaps. I mean, I don't know if that was a bad idea. It's probably a good idea because we were big with truckers.
I bet he sold a lot when he back
sold
in the day.
Sold a ton, and then it was.
And those aren't cheap either. Those aren't cheap.
No,
mud flaps. Selling mud flaps as a radio.
It was just so weird. It's like, what? Huh?
Oh, I'm surprised they weren't with his face on them.
Give him some time.
Just Bubba Army mud flaps, just the chevrons.
Yep, it was the chevrons.
Yeah, I bet he's. I'd love to know the merch numbers.
Oh, it was crazy because it was also crazy with the postage handling. So, like, the classic thought process in merch in general is like, okay, you keep the price down. All right, yeah, I can get this shirt for $15, but your shipping and handling is going to cost you $10. So now it's $25. But then you go, hey, that shipping and handling charge is crazy, isn't it? Yeah, we don't control that. But meanwhile, it actually only costs you $3 to ship it, and you're picking up the other $7 on the backside. You're stinging people that way. Yeah. Yeah.
I think shipping it's getting more exorbitant. That's one of the reasons why the merch is like, man, sometimes it's ridiculous to send out merch.
Yeah,
I don't want to price. You don't want to price yourself out of there. This inflation, and you can get your T-shirt for $50, including shipping and handling.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That might be it. $50. I don't know how much it is to ship a shirt.
I don't know either. Or do you just find a light product? Like, okay, this product's really light.
New Cluster F lace T-shirts.
Yes, super light. Costs you like 50 cents shipping and handling.
Mesh T-shirts. That's what it is. That's what we got. It's the only thing we can afford to ship you. Beaver smell like tuna. 500 bits. Woo! Thank you, Beaver smell like tuna.
Thank you, Beaver. Smell like tuna. Oh my God.
I've got like 18 things written down.
I know.
I can't remember hardly any of them.
Dude, there's so much stuff. I on my list, like I wrote down just the latest Biden gaffe. I sent it to your email. It's great.
Which one?
This is
which
from
Biden gaffe?
If I'm not mistaken, it's from yesterday.
Is it the Obama gaffe?
Nope.
Okay.
This one he just
I think that's
fried.
Yeah. He
short circuits.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the most powerful man in the free world. What the fuck are you talking about?
Thank all members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure you're going to do so. Thank all members of
Knock, knock.
He's a mumble rapper.
Nobody's home.
Nobody. I mean,
Congress.
And look, what is up with this guy? This he's got a raper face, doesn't he? He's like,
is that Schumer?
Yeah, it's Schumer.
Okay.
He's looking at something on Joe's back and just lusting after it.
It's a target.
It is. He's like, I want this job. I want to be the most powerful man in the world. What? Who's this guy? Look at this guy, Mayorkas. I don't want to be represented by any of these people on the Republican side either. They're like people like I mean, you've got Schumer, you got Pelosi, you've got Bobbert and McConnell and Graham. All these repulsive people that, people who think the Republicans are going to ride in and change anything. Have you seen the bunch of dirtbags that's in charge of your party? They ain't going to do shit.
It's all bad.
It's all bad. That's our choices, bad and worse.
It is funny though, like now that all these deep fakes and now the White House is going, oh well, if you see any bad information out there, don't worry, it's a deep fake. It's not, you got to question this stuff now. But it's like, okay, so is this a deep fake? I don't think so. This is him short-circuiting, and they can then play it off as a deep fake and be like, oh, don't take all that stuff so serious.
AI is going to be the end of civilization because that's what they're going to do. We're 5 months away from the election. They've got many months to ramp up all this fake stuff, and if it's whatever the media says it is.
Yeah,
and they'll be saying, yeah, that was Donald Trump getting urinated on by some hookers. And then you'll see the right says, that is an AI-generated footage. And then Joe Rogan's, telling you the truth, but nobody's believing him. That's the way America is right now.
Yeah.
Could you please be quiet for a second, ladies and gentlemen? The President of the United States of America.
Thanks to all members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure you're going to do so.
That's not even. See, it's not even funny anymore. As humor, it's like, well, this is not good. The fact that they're perpetrating this hoax on us. They never used to give hoaxes that were. They used to hide the hoaxes. This is the biggest hoax ever. This guy is not in control. You used to think he wasn't in control, but now the president is in control, and they're laughing at you. Like Schumer can't stop laughing.
And there's always mistakes on both sides. I mean, look, when you're when you're anybody and you talk too much, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna say things wrong. Things are gonna happen, right? Things are just gonna happen.
Yeah, of course.
These are just weird though. They're not things happening. He's not saying stuff incorrect. Like it's different. It's just.
It's so obvious.
Different.
It's just obvious. We shouldn't. Nobody. I think in normal times, if we had lived in a normal world, a couple years ago, he'd have been gone. People are like, no, he's not fit. We want somebody sharp. This guy's never been sharp. He was never sharp in Congress. It was like what Obama say: never underestimate Joe's ability to fuck shit up. I mean, come on, he's a jackass.
And you look at Obama.
Fucking jackass.
Look, you got to give Obama credit. If you're talking about sharpness, I mean, Trump, I wouldn't even call Trump sharp. He's egotistical. He's narcissistic. He's all those things. And I guess he's sharp.
He's bombastic.
Right? Bombastic, but
sharp as far as mental acumen.
Yeah, I
think his sharpness is waning.
He's
waning. 76 years old.
But I'm thinking back to the last sharp, like truly sharp president we had, and whether you agree with his, whether you're right or the left doesn't matter. But I would imagine Obama had to be the last sharp president.
He was in
right?
his 40s. See?
And then prior to Obama, who was
that?
Yep.
What, Clinton?
Was Clinton sharp? He was sharp.
He was pretty sharp. But he wasn't old. He wasn't. He wasn't in his 70s.
George W. wasn't sharp. He was a butter knife.
He was not, and neither was Ronald Reagan. At the end of his term, he was Bidened out.
Yeah.
So
in other words, out of all the presidents that we've had,
all these wonderful
there's
presidents,
not that many that you could
say or what
say. Wow, they are really sharp.
No, see, it's an absurdity. You're talking about. You would think in this country, allegedly we're the most exceptional country in the world, that our leader would be an exceptional person of high IQ and incredible compassion and knowledge and wisdom and. No, never, never, ever. Right? Maybe one of those founding fathers was like a wow guy.
Yeah.
When's the last time we had a wow guy?
Yeah, there hasn't been a wow guy in a while.
Bunch of schmucks.
Yeah.
American exceptionalism.
Oh, you're bringing me down.
We're a bunch of schmucks. Uncle Sam's a son of a bitch. He's a biggest lie ever is Uncle Sam. He's the good-natured old man with the beard. He's a cocksucker.
Yeah, Uncle Sam's not looking that sharp either. If you look at that picture,
Uncle Sam, yeah, he's at home.
He's
Uncle
just an old
Sam's
man.
he's at a home. The president's senile, and Uncle Sam's in a home. That's where we are, people. 35 trillion in debt.
dude, there was another video I sent. It's Vanilla Ice, because he's a big property guy, right? He's a
He's a savvy investor.
very savvy investor,
Vanilla Ice.
and he's talking.
You know how savvy he is? I just saw a video of Vanilla Ice today, and he was talking to somebody how if you bury...
That's exactly what I sent you.
Okay.
That's exactly what I sent you.
Well, we're going to save that.
Yeah, cool.
We're going to save that for when we come back.
Perfect.
Vanilla Ice is savvy advice.
He's giving us all advice in life.
And this is me being unprepared to go into break. So I'll play this, and we'll be right back with more of The Hang.
You're listening to The Hang with Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Floyd.
Thank you for calling the Office of Attorney General Pam Bondi, Citizen Services. If you would like to file a price gouging complaint, please press 1.
Para dejar un
Oh,
mensaje
Jesus
en
Christ.
español,
I need to
por
speak to El
favor,
Chapo.
presione el...
Citizen Services, you have a price gouging complaint?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down here in Immokalee, and it's pretty bad. I went to the local convenience store, and Haji said a case of water was going to cost me a hand job. And let me tell you, a case of water is normally about $5, and I have never given anybody a hand job for less than $20. It's crazy what's going on down here. Hello?
I don't know if this is the right place for you to call, sir.
Well, look, dude, this guy is preying on the unfortunate after a hurricane. I mean, he told my sister a case of beer would cost her a fingering.
Sir,
What?
I don't know what I can do here.
Never mind. That's probably not price gouging anyway. She usually gives those away for free. She's a whore.
Thank you for calling the Office of Attorney General Pam.
Citizen Services, do you have a price gouging complaint?
Yeah, I'm down here in Immokalee, and the only place open was this place I'd never been to before called Starbucks. And they charged me $8.62 for a motherfucking large coffee. They're just gouging the shit out of people down here. No, it's real funny for you, sitting in your air-conditioned office. I'm even getting gouged for toilet paper.
Sir.
I couldn't even afford a roll. I ended up having to wipe my ass with a Make America Great Again t-shirt.
Sir.
And it gave me a horrible rash all over my anus. I think it was made in Bangladesh.
Thank you for calling the Office of Attorney.
Citizen Services, do you have a price gouging complaint?
Lord, do I? The glory hole I regularly go to says they're going to charge me an extra $5 because I had to raise all the glory holes because of the storm surge. And
Sir, can I ask who's calling?
My name's Ned. I told him give the guy on the other side a snorkel. I ain't paying
Ned,
five.
Ned.
Sir, I'm trying to give my...
We have a lot of people that need help here.
I need help. I'm trying to register my
You're wasting our
complaint.
time.
Well, I got nothing but time, sir. I'm down here in Immokalee. I got no power. I got to sleep outside in a hammock, nude. Mosquitoes are just biting the shit out of my testicles.
Well, that is not my problem.
And let me tell you, I had a block O vagina on layaway at the adult novelty store. All of a sudden, Hurricane Irma comes through, and he triples the price. Hello?
Thank you for calling the
Citizen Services, do you have a price gouging complaint?
Yeah. My wife works at the Pasco Pussycat, and she usually makes about $50 a...
Ned,
Yeah.
I remember you just called. I told you we have a lot of complaints here, and you are wasting my time.
Well, look, I realize that you're a millennial, and you're probably sitting there jacking your dick to red tube, but I got real fucking serious complaints here, boy. Look, while the cat's got your tongue, as I was saying, my wife works at the Pasco Pussycat, and she makes about $50 a night picking up quarters with her pussy. And it's pretty cool. I can send you a link to her webcam if you want it. But,
Ned,
look, as I was saying, since the power's been out, she's having to strip by candlelight, and she can't see what she's picking up. And her asshole customers are throwing all kind of shit up on stage, like Canadian quarters and Chuck E. Cheese tokens, checkers, Oreos. Last night she came home with a Finding Nemo DVD lodged halfway up her cooter. Does this fall in...
Ned.
Yeah. Can you help me, sir?
You're just wasting our time.
Look, dude, I realize you got pressing matters like posting pictures of your chimichangas on Snapchat, but I got real-world problems, you fucking millennial cocksucker.
Don't call this fucking number.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you get back to sucking dick. Fucking twink.
Asshole.
Back to the hang with Mike and Matt. Man, I had a great topic in the bathroom.
You forgot it?
I was gonna take up half an hour. It was solid go. I have no idea what it was.
Just lost it?
Lost it. I was supposed to come in and write it down. I forgot to write it down.
These things happen.
And they're gone forever. They never come back. It's so weird. You think, that thought it'd come back. I thought it. It come back. Never comes back.
No, little magical nugget's
Never
gone.
comes back. We can do what are we looking for? Vanilla ice here.
Oh man, there's so much
vanilla
stuff.
ice. So I'm probably like you. I immediately Googled this. Did you Google it after?
I did not Google it. I didn't take the next step.
Here.
I was just probably in the camp of just believing vanilla ice. But I have some. I mean, I have a question about it, but I didn't Google it.
I don't know what show this is from. Some interview with Vanilla Ice. Oh, shut your mouth. What?
One of my most prized possessions is an autographed Vanilla Ice microphone.
What's Vanilla Ice's net worth now? Has he got some money?
Oh my
He
God,
doing
he's
all right?
loaded.
Vanilla Ice.
Loaded.
It looks exactly the same. Hit it, Vanilla Ice. Oh, you giving me a gimmick?
Oh no.
Give me a gimmick. A buffer gimmick. Let me refresh this bitch.
Now, do you believe what he's saying?
It sounded. That's why I Googled it, because I was going to do it.
So you Googled it and it.
Oh, no. Sorry to burst your bubble.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
right. Yeah, it was like, no, he's full of shit.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, sounds good.
And you talked about how there's advantages of actually burying someone in your backyard.
Yeah.
And you said something about it when Trump buried his ex-wife in his backyard.
Yeah.
It got rid of all the liens.
Absolutely. Not just that.
I'll have to Google. I haven't Googled the Trump part. That could be fake as well.
I'm with you. Like, he just buried his ex in his backyard?
I don't even know
like,
if he did.
A backyard of where?
I don't know. Mar-a-Lago.
It's way beyond just liens. You don't owe any property tax forever. Never, ever again. This is why they just found out that this whole hoax that went viral about Elvis Presley in the state, did you see that?
No.
It's impossible. You can't go bankrupt with Graceland. You can't, maybe the business part of it, but the property will always remain with the family because of the burial site. It completely grandfathers it in.
He's full of shit.
I don't know whether to believe Vanilla Ice or not.
He's completely full of shit.
So you actually will never owe property tax on the entire property forever. Forever.
He Brent Hatley'd you. He Brent Hatley'd you. He Brent Hatley'd
Very
you.
convincing.
Also,
In every state?
Yes, in the United States of America.
So if I put a dead body in my backyard, anyone, right? Any dead body.
Your family.
Only my family.
You have to be your family.
Okay, so I kill somebody. All right.
It's a very specific lie.
Your family. Must be your family.
Who do I know? Who do
You
I
have to be
dislike?
related to them so that you have the tie to them.
So my question after I heard that, I was like, oh shit, I wonder if that's true. Well, why would Vanilla Ice lie to me? He's Vanilla Ice. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll take Vanilla Ice's word for it, right? But my question of it, the first thing that popped in my head is going, well, you can't just bury people in your backyard.
I think you can.
I like, no way. I have a sneaky suspicion my HOA would probably be like, hey, man.
Well, yeah.
You know, you can't just be, but I'm trying to get around these property taxes. And they're going to be like, well, too bad. You can't just bury people in your backyard. Like, I thought there's no rules against, even without my HOA, your property here where you don't have to abide by the same sort of rules, right? You're telling me you could just bury a body back here? I don't think that to me doesn't sound right.
I think you can. It's in many states you can.
You can just bury a body. It doesn't have to be in.
No, it doesn't. I don't think it matters about the formaldehyde. You might have to put it in a box.
But wait,
I don't know why.
But you'd still have to turn it over. Okay, here, at least in Florida, you'd still have to. It's got to be turned over to the state.
And then they turn it
They
back
have
over.
their autopsy. And then you claim it.
Yeah.
And then what? You just go pick up the body and bring it back home?
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't seem legal. It seems like there would be some sort of something wrong, some sort of rule or regulation just based on our society of rules and regulations that somebody would step in and go, no, you can't do that.
You're believing big mortician.
I'm the lobbyist for Big Mortician.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's legal in several states to bury somebody at your house. I'm pretty sure it is. It says here that Trump's ex-wife is the first person to be buried at the former president's New Jersey property.
Which wife? Which ex?
I don't know. I can't remember. Ivanka.
Oh, did he bury Ivanka in the backyard?
I'm not sure. And the ground had to be consecrated so that she could have a traditional Catholic burial. Does that see? It says it. It
was all to get out of Texas.
That's what it says.
That's great.
But it says
classic Trump. If
you make your property dedicated to burying people.
Wait, what do you mean dedicated to?
I don't know. I can't remember what it said, but it was like if you...
Wouldn't that be what a cemetery is for? That's so a cemetery, I could see a cemetery not paying.
Yeah, so basically you got to become a cemetery.
Good luck with your resale value on your house if you ever decide to dip out of there. Oh, by the way, I've got a few bodies buried here. Don't worry, they're all my family.
So you can't guess. Once again, the rich can do it, but like if you're Trump, you can get away with it. You know, you're not. Trump ain't worried about resale value, and if if Ivanka's buried somewhere on some 300-acre property, nobody's going to really care because it's a real nice. It's not a scary thing. It's a beautiful monument to Ivanka. And who is Ivanka related to that they didn't let? That they let Trump take her body and bury it on his property to get out of taxes.
And well, my bigger question in regards to that would be: do you think Trump did it because she wanted to be buried there, or because the family decided that? Or did he do it, because I could see both ways, right? Or did he do it to go, getting out of Texas? Like,
I can totally see him. See,
isn't it a weird thing to go, I can see it both ways with him?
Yeah, that's why I don't understand. It's like people who like are these Biden fanatics. It's like, hey, you know, I don't know if I'll vote the next election, but as far as Trump concerns, I could take him or leave him, but I'm not I would believe bad things about him. If you told me bad things about Trump, I would say, yeah, I could see that happening. He looks like he might be a sociopath, and I certainly believe bad things about Biden. But it's nobody's that way.
Nobody understands that both can be true. Like you can.
I have no idea what's true.
Yeah. Both can be true. Both can be false. Like it doesn't have to be one's true, one's false. Like
we live in the
both can be true.
We live in an opposite society that
very weird.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Kind of sucks ass.
Or it's awesome.
It's awesome.
You see, I don't know. Yeah, Hogan's running for president.
You're shitting me. He's like he's finally old enough. He's finally old enough to run for president. That's what we want. We want. How old is he? He's a 70-year-old. 70 what? Is he 70 plus?
70 plus, yeah. He's got to be, what, 72?
Yeah, I hate watching him now.
Oh, my God.
It's like painful to watch.
Well, last week I saw him. He came out with a beer.
Yeah,
okay?
Real American beer.
Real American.
I bought 10 cases. Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Real American. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was just mere months ago. He was doing interviews saying that he stopped drinking and he's a man of God, and his new wife got him on this righteous path.
Oh,
and
my God.
He doesn't even drink alcohol anymore. Then next thing I know, I see him crushing beers and handing them out to people, and then he's like, I'm going, is anybody going to call?
No.
The fucking hypocrisy on this guy is constant. And only a minority calls it out. It's very weird.
He's the ultimate worker. He's still working. Who's gonna? Is his star still shine so bright that people are gonna buy real American beer?
I mean, I
already
would rather
bought-
drink Rio, okay, than drink. But if
real American beer.
If you go to your email, I sent you one, and it's just a clip of him being interviewed. No, that ain't it. That's a whole different thing. That one's great though.
Okay.
Yeah, this one. And just think about he's on Fox News. I mean, this is a major network. Oh, does it not pop up?
It doesn't pop up.
Oh, that's a shame.
Is it going to be down here?
Yeah, I don't know where it would be at this point if it's the Fox News thing.
What is it? Hogan?
He basically announces he's going to run for president.
Okay.
He's like, if they need me, I'm willing to run for president because I know right from wrong. And nobody, they're all just like, ha, 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 ha.
Is this
Have
it?
a real American beer.
Yeah, that.
If you need me, then what? Right from wrong, what? What did he say?
You'll see. He goes, if you need, I'll run for president. Ooh, flat tax, blah, blah, blah. And I know right from wrong.
Oh, jeez. See, and he's just like every other politician.
But if you take off his fake hair
he's a charlatan.
and you shave your mustache, you're just a tow truck driver.
Yeah, but he's still got it. He looks good there.
Yeah, he does look pretty good.
Belies his age. So I've seen him look pretty bad.
Me too.
He's stiff. He's so stiff, and I mean, don't blame him for being stiff. A lot of rough leg drops.
Well, you know what? You want to take the edge off, have a real American beer if it's afternoon somewhere. Hulk, thank you very much for joining us. It's great to have that flashback with you.
And you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes or no, run for office? Sorry, I interrupted Brian's question.
Well, you know something? We need somebody in there that's got some common sense. You know what I'm saying? So if you need a president or a vice president, I'll volunteer and take this country over, and I'll rule with an iron fist, a flat
Oh
tax.
my, can you imagine the dictatorship that we would have under this fucking lunatic?
The legalization of steroids and pain pills, and I mean, it would be our all-time high.
Oh my God.
Nothing but common sense. I know right.
I know right from
I know
wrong.
Right. I know right from wrong.
What? No, I'm living in a bizarro world.
But common sense. I know right from wrong, brother.
All right, I like those two policies. We're going to have a flat tax. We're going to have common sense. I like your platform, Hulk. I say I go down there, we work out during the day, we drink beer together. Maybe I could see us, and if this is good, we could have a bunny.
And a baptism.
So he should come on and say, I don't drink beer anymore. I'm a good Christian, godly man, right?
No. He's crushing beers. He's got his own beer now.
He can put the country on his back like he put you on his back.
Right. No, I had him. I had him right where I wanted him. It looked like you were giving him the high.
Tried to hold his leg.
Oh, congratulations on aging gracefully. You look fantastic.
Brother Brian, I love you to death, but next time don't attack me when I see you.
Oh, he didn't crush the beers?
No. He was crushing beers at the Hard Rock.
Oh, okay.
He was handing them out, and But
what
the whole thing. It's the hypocrisy. I find it hilarious. It's like every day there's a new. It's a new thing.
That's just.
But here's the weird part. He could very well run for president and very well have a good shot at winning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how effed up the world is and how messed up society is and people's way of thinking and how easily indoctrinated they are. Just all of it.
Hulk Hogan could run for president.
Yep.
And if the media became Hulk Hogan's biggest cheerleaders and going, we can't, but this guy is going to win. All they have to do is say, this guy's going to win and his platform is great. And people would be going, they'd come to Hulk Hogan rallies. It's all, people are just.
Yeah. You play the Great American, whatever the hell his little theme
American,
song is.
Real American Hero or
that
some
thing.
kind of bullshit like that.
Yeah, whatever bullshit he comes out to.
Real American Hero, Real American Beer. You see the pattern.
Oh, yes. He's
a real American.
And he knows right from wrong. So don't question him on that. And he's also got a lot of common sense.
I always thought that about him.
That's
the one thing that stands out to me about Hogan is his common sense.
Yes. And he wants a flat tax just so he doesn't do math. I think that's kind of the.
It's like, why? I mean, how much money does this guy make in his career? And movies and TV and wrestling and reality shows. And it's just.
He made more money from suing people than he made from all of those projects combined. And I'm not even talking about other lawsuits. Like, he made more money from suing people throughout his career than anything else.
He could be a billionaire. He's an icon. He's like a worldwide icon.
And he knows common sense.
And he has such little common sense that he couldn't capitalize that. You know, he should be worth way more than he is. Instead of chicken sandwiching around with Real American Beer and shit like that.
Cheap aluminum can with some terrible logo. Looks like the artist that did Brooke Hogan's album cover.
Oh, let me see what the Real American Beer logo looks
It's
like.
exactly what you'd think.
Here we go. Real American Beer. Oh, here we go.
Out of the can, into the man.
Oh, nobody's drinking this. Nobody's drinking this shit.
You're not gonna. You wouldn't crush a sixer of Hogan's Real American Beer.
See, now I guarantee a lot of people like me will probably buy 1 6-pack as a rib. You know, I'll buy it for the show or something. But I would. I mean, if it's cheap, probably better than that Rio. might be drinking that Real American Beer.
I'd like to know where this one's being made. I wouldn't doubt if it was probably. It would be great if it would be such a Hogan thing if it was made overseas.
It's absolutely made in Mexico for sure.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? Like, I could totally see that happening and him going, "Well, I didn't know. Nobody told me."
That's exactly how it would
And he
go.
would beg off and be like,
Exactly
"Well,
how it
I just lend my likeness to things, and I think it's terrible, and not,
Oh, he'd baby face. And
Yep, he'd baby face.
And everything would be fine.
Oh,
brother.
Dipshits. All dipshits.
Just just be happy. Just be happy that you're not Michael J. Fox.
Oh my God.
Just be happy that you don't have. What has he got?
Is it cerebral palsy?
No.
ALS? What? Oh my gosh. What does he have? Oh, MS?
Parkinson's. That's not MS, is it?
I don't know. We're really just rattling off all the...
he's got Parkinson's, I believe. That's what it says here. He's partying. He's a mover and a shaker.
Started to break stuff. Broke this arm, I broke this arm, I broke this elbow, I broke my face, I broke my hand.
Falling on things.
Which is a big killer with Parkinson's.
So you got,
Dude, that is sad.
It's such a, he seemed like such a decent, funny guy. And then.
It's falling. And
like, I don't even know if I'd want to live if I was like this. But there's nothing you can really do. I'm not the kind of guy who's got the guts to do myself in. Unless it was some painless way.
I think part of...
I mean, how do you eat? Right. How do you do anything?
Well, here's the tough one, right? On the bright side, you have your Michael J. Fox with Parkinson's, right? On the negative side, of course, you have Parkinson's. But on the bright side, you at least have some money and some support.
Yeah, you can pay for whatever you need.
You can, perhaps your quality of life is going to be a little bit better than if you're just Mike with Parkinson's. Like
Okay, well, if I'm Michael J. Fox with Parkinson's, I will continue to live.
Yeah, I mean,
and his wife's, she's probably got somebody who takes care of him. She can go shopping and get away from. They still married, aren't they? I
don't
think
know.
She stayed with him.
Maybe. I mean, she can't leave now. She can't leave. You can't, right? You can't do that.
Oh. Donna's leaving me in a heartbeat.
You think?
Yeah, she's leaving for sure.
Not at this point.
No, I don't think so. That sucks. So.
Well, that
sucks.
The worst part is, and I don't know for sure, but I, as a kid, don't ever remember seeing anything negative about Michael J. Fox. I don't remember.
I'd never heard anything negative about him.
Scandals or DUIs, and I don't know. Maybe there was something throughout his career, but overall, I feel like he's got a pretty shiny past that we know of. And it's always weird when that happens to people, who are traditionally, seem like nice people as opposed to the other ones.
Talking about him being married still, and it's like, see, if that was me, I like to impose on people. I don't like to impose, and I would feel like if I came up to my wife, my lovely wife Donna, and I went, Donna, would you like to have sex tonight? I don't know if I could do that. I don't even know if I could do that.
If I was doing those moves, I'm tapping out of the sex game in general, right? Like you can't
even jack off because
you can't impose. That is really
you can't get a rhythm. You can't get a rhythm going.
Doing the Elaine dance from Seinfeld.
What did you say? You can't impose what?
If I had Parkinson's, like I'm tapping out of
you're tapping out
of sex in general. I wouldn't want, like, even if I wanted to have sex, I don't think that's fair to anybody else, So I think I would just politely go,
Just tapping out. Tomorrow you get it. Never again.
No,
Never
not if I've got the shakes like that, because at that point you don't know if your spouse is having relations with you because she wants to or she feels like she has to.
see, okay,
it becomes a lot of questions.
If that was me, I'd be just like you. I'd pretty much tap out unless my wife was like, hey, and I'd be like, no. And then she, hey, come on. I'd be like, no. And if she went, hey, the third time, I go, okay.
All right.
All right. If you do it 3 times, that's like if somebody saying pay for dinner. You're like, no, I got it. No, I got it. No, I got it. No, I got it. Okay, you got it.
You said it one too many times. You've got it.
Well, in this game right now, I gave you 2.
Oh my God. Yeah, Parkinson's is a tough one, dude. What's worse, that or dementia?
I always wonder that.
Or does Parkinson's lead? Is that like a precursor?
I think Parkinson's is different because you know exactly what's going on. You know how debilitated you are. You know how much you're missing out. I think in dementia, a lot of times you're just living in your own brain.
That's what Bruce Willis has, right?
He's got some form of something.
Like early onset dementia or something?
It's some kind of different thing, but it's a dementia kind of deal. He's got it. He's got it bad, I think.
Which is sad to see his pictures, too, because, again, you're thinking this action star. And then, I'm not going to say his family's using him as a prop at this point.
Hey,
But some of the pictures I've seen, it's like... And here's him and his family on a roller coaster, and he's just lost. Right?
Roller coaster.
Yes, on a roller coaster.
Snap his dementiaed out neck.
And his kids are like doing it's all like Instagrammed out and stuff, but like he's on a roller coaster, and it's like, did he want to go on the coaster? Will we ever know the truth if he wanted to be on that coaster? Does he even know he's on a roller coaster, or do you lose your mind and then you wake up and you go, oh, why am I going 70? Who knows?
Just like Joe Biden on a roller coaster. He's 69. That's not that old. He got it. He got it early.
Is that early?
69 is not old. Yeah, my dad got dementia, but he was 80. He started when he was 80, and he got bad towards the end.
Around holiday times, they always the family always poses for pictures with pops. And they're like, oh, here we are at Thanksgiving. And he's just like, and you don't know if he's there or not. Like, you know, you can't tell from the picture, but he sure as hell doesn't look all there. And I wonder if he knows his kids are even taking pictures and putting them on Instagram. Or if they're going, hey, Dad, we're going to take a picture and put this out there for public consumption so I can get likes.
And say, buy Die Hard 2. See, they're just trying to sell DVDs. You know, I don't blame. I brought my dad up there. Come on, Dad. Come on, Dad. My dad had dementia. My dad, he was always a very affable guy, and I took a tape recorder to the nursing home one time. I was like, I'm gonna try to interview my dad and see if I can get some good stuff from him.
Wait, hold on. Good stuff meaning like
funny. It didn't matter if it was funny at all.
So this was this for a bit, or this was just for you to have as like a keepsake?
No, it was for a bit.
Oh my God!
It was for
turn the showbiz off, Mike.
Yeah, it was for. I was like, I mean, I was like, you know, maybe I'll have him in the studio. I was like, because all he's doing is he's just sitting around a memory facility.
Did he know?
At that point, he didn't. He didn't know a lot. You know, he could talk, but it was.
Did he know it was you?
Not really. Maybe like every once in a while. I don't think he really knew. He just knew I was a guy who came to visit him. I don't think he really knew much.
Are you supposed to do things to keep them like you're supposed to put pictures up or something and put like, this is your son, and then it has a picture next to it, like these little daily reminders? Or does that not even matter with dementia? Where
I would put up like pictures of people that weren't me and tell them that they was the son, just to fuck with them. I put a picture of Nosferatu up there and told him that I said, you had him. No, I don't know about that.
You're a monster.
I don't think there was anything that would make him remember me. He's, you know, there's a certain point where he was just, you know.
Did you get any good audio for
No,
the bit?
after like a minute and a half, I was like, okay, that's not a good idea. No.
And then did you leave, or did you hang out with him for a while?
It wasn't funny. I would have loved if, like, you know, it was funny, but it was just nonsensical. It was like, well, that's not funny. That's making fun of him. I'm not looking. I'm looking for him. Maybe he's a funny. You know, he's got a couple
charismatic in
good
his
lines.
dementia
He's got good lines.
That's terrible.
And hey, it's better than what he was doing.
Man,
but he was, yeah. So that's no fun sitting in that place.
When my grandpa was passing, and he had a hospice in there doing their thing, their whole angel of death gimmick that they roll with, and he on his, you know, directives, he had said, like, you know, basically no liquids, no fluids, and they have to abide by that, right? So like,
why was that?
It was just whatever my grandpa's directives were.
He didn't want to pee his pants, or he just
I don't
he didn't want to be kept alive with fluids.
Yeah, it was just like nothing.
Just cut me off.
And I'm going, I drank liquids constantly. I'm thirsty at all times, and I'm watching this guy, you know, die,
dehydrated before your eyes,
and his tongue is swollen, and they can't do anything about it.
What a crime! What a crime!
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if you have your directives, like, isn't there some sort of like sense of humanity that you go, let me wet his tongue or something? Like, but and you know, instead this nurse was in there, like, staring at us, like keeping an eye on things, and wouldn't leave. They're not allowed to leave. So we had to like say almost like our final words.
Yeah.
With her in the room.
Yeah.
With some just random lady.
Random person.
It's so weird.
We do death so bad in this. See, it's a conundrum. It's a catch-22. You can't ever give the government power to kill anybody.
That turns out badly, as history will show.
So you're effed. So you can't, you know, and eventually it's going to come under government control. You can't even get a hospital in this day and age. You know, hospitals are basically just money-making organizations, and also they like, you know. I saw there was a 79-year-old liver transplant. A guy who was 70. He gave his piece of his liver.
To who? Who's taking a 79-year-old?
I guess it
liver?
don't matter. Your liver like regenerates. Like you can just give somebody a little piece of your liver, and it'll grow to a big liver or some kind of shit like that. I don't say it quite as convincingly as Vanilla Ice.
Now, right now, it's an extra small, but in 2 months, it's going to be extra large.
And it's old as fuck. It's going to die.
It's 79, by the way.
You got a 79-year-old liver.
You imagine you get the liver, and it's like, oh, thank God for this person. Who is this individual that was so kind enough to give up their liver? And they show you a picture of the guy. You're like, what a nightmare.
I don't know why we're talking about 79-year-old liver transplants.
That's what we do at the hang.
That's what we do.
We jump from thing to thing.
What time is it? Okay, so coming up on the VIP.
Oh, yes.
Coming on the VIP, we're going to do a little bit of 1,000% lies. Right now, we're talking about Robert Kennedy, and I'm thinking I'm changing. I'm leaning towards Robert F. Kennedy.
Go on.
Because he's a falconer.
Wait, what's a falconer mean?
He does
he
does falconry.
Yes.
I mean, I want a president that does falconry, and he's training some ravens who live by his house. He wants to feed them by hand. It's like, hey, that's better than any other presidential platform. The guy hangs out with birds. That gets my vote at this point.
I mean, he could be a LARPer at this point.
At this point, it's something.
Yeah.
It's he likes birds.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the end of the world.
How evil can you be if you like birds?
Hey, everybody.
Oh, but he's got that voice. You can't win with that voice. You can't win with that voice. You can't. Hey, everybody. Hey, you can't. But hey, he likes birds.
He should just say nothing because he's a handsome gentleman, right?
He's on the growth, man.
Big time.
Oh, he's jacked.
But let him just be that handsome gentleman and just play with his falcon and don't say a word. You know what I mean? Just have subtitles.
Should we have a signer for him? Should we have somebody who just says his thoughts? He writes a thing and you just look at RFK's face and this other guy's talking.
My 2 ravens, they're not actually mine. I'm just taming them.
What?
They live in a palm tree. They have roost in a palm tree about 100 feet from my house, and
I like a guy who knows that he's got 2 ravens that roost 100 feet from his house in a palm tree.
So wait,
he's got the best thing.
These aren't his ravens?
No.
So he's into falconry.
See, look, the ravens already like him. They wouldn't be here.
So they're naturally drawn to him.
They're not. See, I'm sure he cheats on his wife. He's a Kennedy, but I don't know what kind of.
I see the nest. It's back and to the left. If you look close.
I'm sure he's a dirtbag, but birds like him. That's the best thing I've ever heard about a politician in my life. He's a piece of shit, but birds seem to like him. Okay, he's got my vote.
I've gotten them by feeding them every day. I've gotten them to come in and join me for meditations every morning on my balcony.
Come on. All right, now he took it too far. He took it too far.
He did take it. It's still better. He did take it pretty far.
They're doing meditations.
Yeah.
They have 2 babies who they feed, and the babies don't come in, but they come very close. Anyway, that's the male in the back and the female in the front. And
it had 2 babies. I drowned one.
And I fucked the other.
Now there's no babies.
But you see, okay, there's no way that he got somebody else to train these crows to stay on this balcony so he could film this. He's actually fed these birds, and they actually come see him, and he's got my vote. That's the decentest thing I've ever heard from a president. He's got my fucking vote.
So you're believing this?
How could you? Is it AI? You tell me it's AI?
No.
Is it fucking AI?
I don't know what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you that all politicians are liars.
Are these trained crow? No, I'm saying he's a liar.
Okay.
But he's not lying about this.
I lie about everything else.
It's just too hard to lie about. It's too hard to lie about. How are you going to train crows? I got crows around here. They're pretty cool, but they don't come near me.
This guy,
you actually have to tame them.
he's giving him. He must be really giving him a good feed. You know what I mean? Like he's got
Fucking
that.
animatronic crows made by the fucking NASA.
Alfred Hitchcock's old.
I'm being an idiot.
Old props.
Yeah, I'm being stupid. He's a fucking cocksucker.
Actually, the mail is there. I'm working on getting them to eat out of my hand.
They like him because his voice sounds like a crow.
Oh my God! See, you couldn't be president in America with a voice like that.
Nope.
That's just the way it is. I mean, I would still vote for him. It'd be tough, but man, I gotta hear that voice. Can we have somebody else? Can we have like I'm trying to think of somebody. Matthew McConaughey give the State of the Union that Robert F. Kennedy wrote.
This country.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
No, you got to have McConaughey write it too, because
all right.
his little
McConaughey
things.
Isms. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards voting AJ the Linger at 420 bits. I'm leaning towards voting for RFK. I'm thinking about voting for the first time in 20 years, just because I want to see what's going on.
So what's up?
I want to get involved.
You mean like at the polls?
Yeah, I just want to see it's like. Yeah, this is a circus, and I want to see see if people are getting stoked and fired up, and see what's going on. Jamie the Plumber, I believe, another 1,500.
Hey,
I think I don't know. It says 2,700, so I'm thinking more. Thank you very much, Jamie the Plumber.
Thank you very much for the bits. If Trump was campaigning on bits, you know how many bits he would have?
So many bits.
So many bits.
If Trump would only do a promo for people to give me bits. Fuck, I'd be kicking ass.
I was trying to do an AI voice with Trump to do a promo for the hang, but it was just like a small sample one, so they only let you do like 8 seconds of it. But I was like, it's not bad. But they have these different celebrity voices that you can do, and I was like, we'll just do a bunch of these to tell people to vote for us for Best of the Bay or whatever on BOTBTampaBay.com. But yeah, they not all of them sounded great. So the AI still has a way to go. But the Trumps are so generic. Like you can find anybody in a street corner to do a mildly decent Trump impression. You know,
Jamie Foxx has a great one.
Oh, he's so good. So good.
Oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say.
We're talking about Trump and bits.
Took me an hour and 45 minutes to completely forget what I was going to talk about. That's Navy said something good in chat a while ago, and I forgot to say it.
Oh, what's
but
up?
it was something good. I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember what it was?
No, I don't remember what.
Is it a thing where we could go back, or he could repeat it?
No, it was a long time ago.
Oh, like
it's a long time. Meow, meow. That's my 20-year-old cat. My 20-year-old cat. So RFK, you got my vote, you raven lover. And it ain't no. Hey, you got my vote over this. This is
the Queer Eye for the Straight Guys.
Is that the guys who were at the White House?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
one's in a dress, right?
One's in a dress with a beard and long hair.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, it's great. I love it. This is awesome.
I gotta tell you, the guy looks like Jesus.
He does.
Can we talk on it?
Making a mockery. They're making a mockery of it. So, if you're on the right, you know this is a mockery, and if you're on the left, they force you to support the mockery. If you're on the left, you're like, "What's wrong with that?"
Are you not a fan of just a White House having a few good laughs?
Fucking $35 trillion in debt. Can we focus on something other than making videos with a Queer Eye?
You know, we can do both at the same time. We can do Queer Eye videos and focus on the $34 trillion in debt.
But they're not.
Oh.
So they're only doing one. Stealing our money and then shoving it up our ass.
If we were even, right? Even Steven, we didn't have any debt at all. Would you be okay with the Queer Eye for the Straight guys going to the White House and doing this? Or would you still be like, it's a bit of a mockery?
If the country was fucking rocking,
yeah,
which it should
be. If the country was rocking.
queer. I mean, oh, queer eye. Maybe I can do a bit about the queer eyes. You know, but this is just like the country's fucking. They're fucking shoving it up our ass, and then while they're doing it, they're like, "Hey, also fuck you with this shit. This shit that means nothing that we're gonna just shove down your throat." It's infuriating. I've never. I didn't.
They're
used to
going
get
after the celebrity vote. Look, they've got to. They got to get some segments of the population. Okay, this is a segment of the population, and
that's not that alienates in general. Just like in normal politics, that alienates way more people than it gets, unless you just because they've already got that vote. They don't need to go to the.
They need to reinforce that vote.
They got the vote, and then they doing a lot of this. Hey, yeah,
a lot of reinforcement.
We're so gay that we're the gayest administration in the history of the world.
But it's Pride Month, so you've got to tie all that.
I don't
in
agree
too.
with Pride Month.
I know, and your wife gets very fired up about it.
Jamie the plumber, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2,800 bits. Woo! Thank you, Jamie the plumber. Woo! Yeah, we got to get those hats. Get those hang hats. Those flex fit hang hats. Jamie the plumber says I'm being stupid.
You know the Trump hats, the Make America Great Again hats. When those, when he's first pulling those on, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. But I'm like, what a terrible looking hat. Like of all the merch that he's done, and we've talked about, but like the hat itself. If I was to put that on, I would look like a 6-year-old boy. It would drown me, right? It wouldn't fit me at all.
What, too big?
His hats, the way those hats are made, it's like an old, you know, the old guys that have like served in World War II.
Made in Bangladesh. Guarantee. World War II.
You know, those veterans hats, they're just super big. It's a monstrosity of a hat.
I never noticed.
Oh, man. It's
the only way you can fit MAGA on there, buddy.
He
you can't put MAGA small.
It's like a quality looking hat, but Jesus, it has no style at all. It's not modernized. It's an old 1940s cap.
Is it a quality hat? That's that.
Of course.
I know. Yeah, I know. But like I you get some shirts and they like just a t-shirt and you really like the t-shirt and it just lasts forever and it's good quality. And then you get some that wear out in a year or two. Do you think Trump is a wear out in a year or two merch guy, or is he goes for the quality because that's going to be smart in the long run? He doesn't seem like that guy. He's like,
I think that hat, it has to be good quality because it's one of those classic embroidery looking hats. I don't know. He's been wearing the same one for the last.
He
only has one hat.
One.
Yes, that's his only one.
You got a MAGA hat.
Yeah.
Your big Trump mark. You order the MAGA hat. You wear it. You wear it all the time. And then after like a year and a half, 2 years.
If you haven't gotten shot, yes.
If you haven't got shot, which I would never wear a MAGA hat because I'm not looking for no trouble.
You should wear the hat and then wear a T-shirt that says, also, I'm not looking for no trouble.
I ain't looking for no trouble. And the hat starts fraying, and you're like, man, what is it? And then you look in the thing, it says made in China. I don't think it even makes you question your principles at all. You're just like, yeah, just put that out of your mind. It doesn't go along with the fact that Trump had a shitty hat made in China. Is antithetical to everything he says he's talking about. You just put it away.
It's only made in China if the tag is still on there. If you rip the tag off,
he's got a team of Chinese.
Nobody knows where it's made.
Chinese tag rippers.
Their sole job before stuff gets shipped is to rip the tag off. Yep. Where's it made? Nowhere.
Nowhere.
It's
for me to know and you to try it, find out. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm just at the point where I'm just like, hey, might as well vote for Trump, man. I don't find a lot of.
Wait a second. You were just going to vote for RFK. You're already a flip-flopper.
I'm a flip-flopper.
Is it falconry or hats? Which one do you want? What do you want more?
The left has got to me. It's like I can't vote for Trump because I can't be what they perceive as a lunatic, when in fact he might be a lunatic. There's still a 10% chance that he would become a dictator.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, but there's also a chance that he's the only thing that you could say about Trump is he's so egotistical and such a narcissist that he can't stand that they fucked him, And he's like, I'm going to become president again and make this country great just to say fuck you to the Democrat. I can see Trump doing that.
It's a spite election.
I could see that. Other than that, he's just your typical
crazy
rich asshole.
You know, look, of course he wants revenge.
And if him getting revenge benefits the country, I'm kind of down with that.
I think it'll have multiple layers of effects.
The dictator thing aside,
one effects of which we won't know.
Yeah, we're done. There won't be an election.
Meanwhile, we got the independent candidate, and he's out there feeding crows. And can we just get talk about the issues? Like, I can appreciate that you got hats. I appreciate that you want quarter after the straight guys run through the White House.
Here, Mabel and Thompson, it's time for your morning feeding, and then we'll meditate, and then we'll think government policy.
RFK, you're our one shining hope that hasn't completely screwed the pooch in either direction. Please give me something good. Tell me about the debt. Tell me about the immigration. Tell me what's going on. What are you thinking? Here's your moment to shine, RFK. What do you got?
Quit putting up crow videos.
I'm making crow milk.
I've been talking to the crows telepathically.
Think about it. He's as off as rocker as anybody else at this point.
That's why I might vote for him.
You got a worldwide audience,
and
you're the only candidate that's the third party candidate that's got a slight shot in hell. I mean, an outside slight shot in hell. And you got all eyes on you. And what are you doing? 7 a.m. in the morning, you got a fucking suit and a tie, and you're feeding crows. What are we doing? I understand you want to...
It's working overtime. That's what he's doing, my friend.
Hey, I'm just looking to look normal like everyone else. No. Just say, hey, here's how we're going to get out of debt. Here's what's important.
Quit bursting my bubble.
See, it's people like you who are going to vote for him because... He's feeding crows and landing falcons on his arm.
He's actually just a Democratic plant to take votes away from Trump.
I've got these hunting pigeons, and they're all equipped with votes. They're going to fly into the ballots in the precincts.
Are you voting?
No.
No, I don't. I haven't voted since 2020 or something like that.
Here's how terrible it is.
No, I mean 20, like 2000, like whenever the last
way back in the day.
Yeah, I voted then. But I went in the booth with Weston and Berlin. I was like, I don't even know why I'm here, and they were vote for Bush, and I was like, all right, I'll vote for Bush. That's what my vote meant.
Then there you go.
There you go. That's America right there.
As smart as you are, that's exactly what happened when you got in the booth.
But it don't matter.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not completely 100% opposed to voting this year, but I don't know where I go.
Get in the mix, Matt.
I just don't know where I go. Do I have to?
You have to
update stuff?
Oh, you haven't voted in so long. Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's not worth the hassle. It's probably a mass shooting or something. It's not worth it.
Well, the worst is I'm going to go there and try to vote, and they'll be like, "You can't vote," and be like, "Why?" And they're like, "Well, you're not a citizen, or you're not on record," and I'll have to show my ID, and they'll still go, "Nope, you're not registered here," and then I'll find out later on that some other people that weren't supposed to vote were able to walk in and vote.
Guys who just came over the border from Guatemala voted.
So, no, I'm not going to fight with somebody for me to vote, if that answers the question at all.
Yeah, I probably won't vote. I almost want to vote.
You're such a flip-flopper tonight.
I probably won't. Because the only reason I'm going is just to see what's going on. It's like, yeah, what's going on?
You could just go there and hang out.
Yeah, I can just hang out. I don't know. I'm gonna wear a Biden shirt with a MAGA hat and just see.
There you go.
Get that kind of reaction.
I
bet you could get some good audio in the line this year. You probably start a riot in the parking lot of the voting place.
Easily, yeah. You could. I mean, it really is a good social experiment if you really just wanted to troll people there, because you could work them into a frenzy.
You could work. Either one. You can work the Biden people into a frenzy. You can work the Trump people. It's pretty easy. Because they're ready to get into a frenzy. Everybody's just ready to get into a frenzy.
I like the lower level politicians. Those are the sweet ones. The ones that are standing on the corner with their signs, and they've got like their wife and their kids out there and stuff like that. And then the day of, they're at the precinct and like, vote for me for county, librarian.
I don't want to work anymore. I want to live off a taxpayer. Come on.
No, that's an honest a sign.
I'm running for office.
I
don't want to work.
What's your platform? My platform is to suck off the public tit as long as possible.
I'm just being honest about it. I don't know. That's not a bad idea.
Oh, there might be something there. I took my my keys to the cities to go get framed recently.
I don't think that sentence has ever been said on this planet before. What? Could you say that again? What?
I have keys to cities. I got
multiple cities.
I do. I got like four keys to cities.
4?
Yeah.
That were presented to you?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I'm a very important individual. Yeah. So so I finally was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna go get him framed. So I take him up there, tell him kind of what I want to do, and he's like, all right, it'll be done in 2 weeks. I'm like going, so are these going to be safe here? And he goes, sir, we do this all the time. And I'm thinking to myself, like,
they give a lot of keys.
No, with 4 of the keys to the cities, you don't, sir.
4 keys.
No, I'm stressing over my keys.
You're really Tom Brady of keys to the city. Fucking 4 of them bitches. God damn.
I used to loan one of them out because it doubles as a bottle opener.
That makes it better. It makes it even better.
It's so good. It's a big long key to the city, but it has on the end. It's a bottle opener.
How many of these keys do they give out that they're making bottle opener keys in the city?
I'm just one of maybe 3 or 4 people that's gotten them. It's very limited edition.
Very exclusive.
Very exclusive.
There's not even 4 big cities within 50 miles of here.
Well, nobody said big cities, Mike.
One big city and one kind of big
Nobody's
city.
talking New York, Miami, L.A., Chicago, San Francisco here.
I have the key to the Waimama barn. Key to the city. How big? How big are they? How big? You don't have one of the big. Like sometimes the keys are like this big.
Oh no, it's other.
No.
One. I mean, there's a couple. They're pretty
you had
decent.
A keychain.
I do have a keychain.
I have a. Wow.
I used to wear them around. It's a whole thing.
Wear them around his neck.
Yeah, and then I'd loan them out to listeners, and they would come pick them up, and then they could
do what with them?
They'd wear them around for the weekend. They'd bring them back to me.
Just trying to get ass.
Yeah,
I got keys Dunedin.
Yeah, and if that works for him, go for it. Use the key to the city to your advantage.
Key to the city to Dunedin. I'm gonna blow him tonight. If he's good enough for Dunedin, he's good enough for me.
Mike, Dunedin, that's way too big of a metropolis.
I'm gonna run for mayor of Lutz.
What is it out here?
That's like a figurehead position.
There is actually a mayor of Lutz?
No, it's a fake mayor of Lutz.
Okay, because I really don't know how the political...
there ain't nothing out here.
Okay.
No, I mean Pasco County Board of Commissioners.
So who's running shit out here?
The Pasco County Board of Commissioners.
Does anybody know who they are?
It's a bunch of landowners who are fucking raping the county. Yeah, I know who they are. Donna knows who they are for
never
sure.
Never good when you get the land barons involved.
No, it's like we're very.
Oh, look at here! I've got some great ideas for the city here. One of those.
The developers have carte blanche.
Ah,
I mean,
and it's because they're landowners and they want to boost their property values.
They want to sell their land to the developers at a it just sucks. It's the way it goes. That's the way it is in every city.
It's so weird though. It's so grimy, even on the lowest level.
Yeah,
isn't that the disappointing part?
That's why people are like, you got to vote these people out. And replace them with who? The local dirtbags who were screwed. There was just a story on about St. Pete Beach last night on the news.
Hey, I've got a key to that city. Seriously.
And they had a $12 million road project that was paid for by like the state or something.
Well, I had nothing to do with that one.
Because you got the key to the city. And it turns out that, they didn't have near enough money to finish the project, even though it was all paid for. So they stole all the money, and that's how it works. And then that's how it works in fucking St. Pete Beach. Imagine what these fuckers are doing in Washington, D.C., man. Fucking robbing you blind.
You know what's the best? You think about it, and this is always happens, like whether you're young or whether you're old, you always go, oh, you know, we need new fresh blood in there, right? New politicians. And then what you fail to realize is those are just scumbags. They're just young scumbags. They're just coming up, right? The new breed of politicians, it's the same as the old breed, just younger. Like, it's not like since you put somebody younger in office, like they're not going to be exposed to being corrupt or you know, they're not going to do anything wrong. It's like, no, they'll do the same shit. It's just they're just younger.
They're just younger.
They'll get groomed. They'll do the same dirty tricks. It'll just take a few more years. They're new to it.
It's so hard to convince people. It's like it's just human nature almost. You give people power and the ability to siphon off a little money. I mean, I siphoned off a little shit.
As your non-attorney, I'm gonna advise you.
He's dead, so it's okay. I siphoned off $100 worth of money from my dad at the beverage drive-thru.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, a couple times.
Siphoned off. Is this a new term for something? Siphoned off?
Like, you know, it's a cash business. So, you know, I sell a gallon of once a day. I'd sell a gallon of milk, and I put $2, you know, in the corner for me.
Okay.
And then, you know, then I had enough dollars, $99 to be exact, to buy my lovely wife an engagement ring.
So you were doing it for the right reason.
I was doing it, and he was paying me like $2.20 an hour because it was a family business, and it was trying to get it off the ground.
Yeah.
So you know.
This is why things are so expensive now, Mike.
It is. I'm a bad person. I play this. Oh, I'm such a good guy. I kicked my dad off the softball team. I stole from him.
You harassed him while he had dementia to get audio for a bit?
I tried to use him.
Jesus.
No, it's not. See, I honestly thought, I was like, the dream was that it was to be funny, and I could bring him in here, and I could have fun with my dementia dad.
Oh,
does that make me such a bad guy?
Yeah, weekend at Bernie's over here.
and maybe he would enjoy coming here, and people, you know, he would say some
cute line like, "Where am I?"
Yeah, and we would laugh.
Some quip of, "What's my name?"
I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. I'm a real bad person. All righty.
Repent.
All righty.
Oh, wait, we got Cluster F Show. The VIP at clusterfshow.com.
Clusterfshow.com.
And we're doing, we got a couple things on tap for that. We got the 1,000% lies.
1,000%. I don't know what the other thing is, though.
I got something. We can or cannot. It's just fun.
I should probably give Norm MacDonald's take on Pride Month as well, which I promised to do last week during the VIP, but I did not.
Uh-oh.
It's only 2 minutes long, too, so we can do that. Hey, man. Yada motherfucker says, why is Chad in slow mode? I don't know. We could speed it up a little. Beaver smell like tuna. 500.
Yeah.
Large mother effer. Oh, shit. I hit buttons.
Is that
shit. I'm hitting all kind of buttons.
Did he give bits because of our comedy tonight? Because it was so funny?
Is that? Oh, well, what's coming? Okay, here we go. Oh, why is it doing this? It's freaking out on me. Okay. Yeah. Whoa! Yeah, beaver smell like tuna. Did he give bits?
Because we're funny,
We're so fucking funny.
Wants to talk dirty to you, beaver smell like tuna?
Beaver smell like tuna. Oh, you
dirty talk for bits?
You stanky little bitch, you.
Does your beaver smell like tuna?
So, I'm sure every single one of you listening live right now has gone to... What's the website again?
BOTB.TampaBay.com. Now, from there, it's a whole thing. I'm not going to lie. It looks like a whole thing. I mean, look, I didn't vote for us. It seems like it's a bit of a to-do.
But you can scroll through all the nominees. You don't have to vote for any of that shit.
Yeah, you just go to the best podcast.
And then until you find best podcast.
And then I think you have to write us in. We're like the RFK of podcasts. We're the third party.
We are the third party podcast.
Like, we're hoping to get on the ballot, but if we don't, nobody would be surprised. But if we did, maybe it wouldn't be surprised.
Kind of cool. I don't know how we stand a chance versus the Joe Show, which claims to have 1 million people streaming their podcast.
Are they in the running for the podcast as well?
I don't know.
Oh no!
I'm gonna nominate him today. And I can get on the show. Love you guys.
Send him a bit.
The War of the Roses. How do you just come up with a shitty ass fake scenario for some fake actors to do on the phone every week for the rest of your career?
Oh man, that
sounds dreadful. It's easy, right? It's probably easy. Yeah. What am I thinking?
Wait, how do you come up with a bit to where
Well, it's War of the Roses.
Right,
so
but how did you describe it?
I don't remember. How do you come up with a phony bit where two strangers sitting in some call center will call you and pretend to be arguing about their marriage every week for the rest of your life?
Yes.
Yeah. And on that note, see you on the VIP overtime.